Hi everyone. Um, this week at school, or the last 2 weeks at school, our grade 5s have been doing a lot of work on decimal numbers, hundreds, tenths, thousandths, and a lot of discussion about how big 1,000th of something is. And there's not a lot of reference points where we can accurately show that to the kids. So if we can understand how big a tenth is, for example, that might give us a better understanding of how big a thousandth is. And I know we can do it with a metre, centimetres and millimetres, but there's not a lot of other great resources. But anyway, this game here is designed to just give you a bit of an understanding on the size of numbers. If I write a number here, really this is pretty rugged, 0.06. And I've chosen that number because last year in the Olympics, Ariane Titmus won an event by 600ths of a second. This much, 600ths of a second. We say that, but do we understand how close it is or how big it is? Or what does 600ths of a second look like, feel like? So in this game, we're using stopwatches, which you can access from online stopwatch.com. There's a whole vast array. I'm not selling the website. And we press start, stop, and we try and stop at 0.06. You'll be amazed at how challenging that could be. I then change the game so we can set a target number, have 5 goes, who lands the closest to it, work out how far away you were from the target and so on. Or you could just put in one number, everyone has one go, who got the closest. So we're comparing our results with the target number. But above all, we're talking about 0.06 there, who can land on a specific tenths of a second. And what prompted this also was we're using numbers that are being used around us. Last Thursday, 2.02 was a big number because one of our high jumpers cleared that in the high jump at Oregon in the World Champs. So I came to school with my grade 5s and we put 2.02, the tape measure, on the floor. We looked at the linear measurement first, the horizontal measurement, and they thought, yeah, that's a pretty big size. But it wasn't until we stood it up vertically that they could see how tall 2.02 metres is. And when we then compare it to the men's record, which is even higher, it's amazing when you compare horizontal with vertical, our perspective of that distance changes dramatically. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. Here's an explanation of how to play stop. And above all, as always, change it to suit the ages and the abilities of the kids that you're teaching. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, this is how we play the game stop. And we're using it to help us with our decimal numbers. I've got my sheet here, so all the kids can do this on their whiteboard. And I'm going to create a 3-digit number that has ones, tenths and hundredths. So I'll just roll. And I'm going to make this number, I've got a 1, I've got a 5 and I've got a 9. I'm going to choose this. 5.19. That's going to be my target number. So I've just used a stopwatch. I've just gone onto my phone here. If you go to onlinestopwatch.com, you'll find various ones that you can use on iPads and so on. I'm going to try and stop as close as I can to 5.19 and I'll put my 5 scores here. Here we go. So I'm watching it. I'm watching the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5.12. 5 ones, 1/10, 2 hundredths, or 5 and 12 hundredths. I keep using the language. Reset. Let's have another go. I'll see how I go this time. Stop. Oh, 5.14. 5, 1/10, 4 hundredths, 5 and 14 hundredths. Well, I went a bit better that time. At this stage, I'm predicting what I might need or how far was I away from the target. Let's reset. Start. .28. So I went a bit beyond, and it's important for the kids to know that as close to as possible can be below or beyond. So I was a bit over there. So let's just have another go. Oh, below that time, 4.19. Get the kids to say what their score is each time, 4 and 19 hundredths. And one last go. Start it. Let's see if I can hit the target this time. Oh, there we go. 5.10, 5 and 10 hundredths. So I didn't actually get 5 and 1900s. Well, you could even talk about, well, how far away were you with each score? What was your closest? What was your furthest? And then you could work out how much you needed to get the closest. So the winner could be, and you don't even have to have winners, you can just play the game and enjoy it. So it could be who got the closest, or did they hit the target? If not, who was the closest? Another way of playing it could be to just see who can keep playing until you do hit the target. Or better reset it. And each time someone's hit it, they could get a counter. You could make a number. It could be 2.46. Okay, we all have a go and stop. Whoever's got the closest each round wins a counter, wins 4 counters, whatever. So we're watching the numbers, but it's important that we say what the numbers are. 2.46 or 2 46 hundredths, and that's the language we're trying to do. So there's lots of ways you could alter this game or change it to suit. It's probably best if you keep low numbers here, so you're not waiting too long to play your game. So if I rolled, for example, an 8 and a 9 and a 9, well, I'm going to be waiting for either 8 seconds or 9 seconds. And you might say that, okay, the first number has to be lower than 5, for example, so you can get more rolling done rather than waiting so much time on the timer. That's how we play stop. Hope you enjoyed, everyone. Cheers.